is no such thing as an atheist regime. Oh, the religious will try to tell you that there is, and they cite mostly communist states, but those are not atheist regimes. Yes, these were explicitly religion-free countries, but to call them atheist regimes makes it sound as if spreading godlessness was their primary function, their primary purpose, and that could not be further from the truth. Take a theocracy, a state explicitly run by the religious, a country dedicated to following a specific religious path. Theocracies come with specific dogma, deliberately spreading their religion wherever they tread. But an explicitly atheist government, one going beyond the secularism we have here in the US, does not exist specifically to stamp out religious belief. The atheism is incidental, just one aspect of their culture. To call one of these states an atheist regime would be like to call the United States a freedom of the press country. Sure, that's a really important principle of the United States, but is it really the be-all, end-all of the US? Do we not have other more pertinent and relevant qualities that define our nation? Do we issue trade sanctions on countries that gag their reporters? Do we go to states that keep a tighter rein on their news services and conquer them until they censor no more? Don't be silly. Freedom of the press is important to us, but it's not the defining characteristic of the United States. But to hear these church-squatting God-botherers tell it, Communist Russia would have done that to a neighbor state that happened to be religious. To hear the religious in this country tell it, Russia would have gone in, kicked ass, and taken over specifically to destroy their neighbors' religious tendencies. They were an atheist regime after all, right? Right? Don't be silly. Atheism was hardly the primary defining characteristic of these nations. It was largely incidental. And I think we all know that. If you look at history, in a lot of cases these people kicked out the religious specifically because they'd been causing trouble. But we've been told that these were quote-unquote atheist nations for so long, and during the Cold War the United States pushed religion even harder specifically to contrast with communist nations, that it has become dogma that these were not merely atheistic, but actually anti-theist states out to destroy religion. And if you believe that, I've got this bridge in Brooklyn I'd like to talk to you about. Get real, friend, and quit running on automatic. Instead, please, think.